Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast. My name is Coach Scott. I'll be your host today. It is Wednesday, February 3rd. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. We are here on our first Wednesday morning podcast. Again, hoping to stick to that Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule from now going forward. I think I got a good one for you today. We are going to spend some time recapping Monday's chase. Monday's the chase. I have to say the, right? Even though Monday's the chase, that's not really proper English, but it's in quotes. So Monday's the chase, sort of our big event of the week so far, really probably of the month, possibly in the lifetime of this podcast. I don't know. It was pretty interesting. Definitely the most commented on live stream we have ever done. I want to thank all you guys for your participation. That was really super cool. And like I said, we're going to recap a little bit of it in just a few moments. I want to apologize quickly for our patrons, people who signed up to be patrons over at patreon.com/ordinarymarathoner. We have a scroll at the end. We like to list all our patrons and give them some acknowledgement. And last week, or I guess it was Monday, the scroll was all messed up. I don't know. I tried to copy and paste it, and I don't really watch it again. I just kind of assume it was okay, and it scrolled too quickly, or not too quickly, too slowly. And by the time it went off the scroll, the patron, your names didn't even show up at the top. So thank you guys for your support. Debbie Early, Nick Doe, Ron and Tabby Booze, and Mike Romans, all you guys, my patrons. Really, I appreciate the support. It really helps out. No joke. And if you want to add yourself to that list of people, you can just go over to patreon.com/ordinarymarathoner. It's awesome. It's awesome that you guys support us. So this week, I meant to get my Zwift numbers out here, but, this is my daughter's phone. I left my phone upstairs. No, I didn't. Here it is. So far this week, it's been a little bit hit and miss. All right. It's been a little bit hit and miss. Monday, obviously we did the chase. It was a 5K race. Not really in the workout plan, but typically Mondays and Fridays, I do a run. And this, it kind of just was a straight 5K. So, it is what it is. It became part of the plan. Does it fit the triathlon training that I'm trying to do? Probably not, but it is what it is. Yesterday, we got up early, 5 a.m., did our normal routine. So 5 a.m. we got together and we did our, it's the L'Etape de Tour Training Club plan in Zwift. It's a bike training plan. We've been doing every Tuesday and Thursday. It's 4 phases. We just started phase 3. I think it's about 8 workouts per phase, 7 or 8 workouts per phase. So every, 3 or 4 weeks you get through it. You move on, to the next month, to the next phase. So we just hit phase 3, and it's been a really good training plan. I recommend it. Seriously, it's been really good for us. The workouts have been challenging, but not over the top. It was yesterday morning, Tuesday morning, 5 a.m. I think both Ron and I, we just kind of hit the wall on this thing. It was tougher than normal, and it was, you're looking at the numbers, you're looking at the power that you're putting out. And I felt like I should be able to do it. It just was a little tough. And sometimes what I like to do is when I hit the wall like that, and look, we got through it, and it just felt a little like it was a little bit tougher than it should have been. And I think Ron felt the same way. And sometimes what I like to do is I like to analyze why that might have happened. And really, there's kind of some easy reasons here as to why. Number one, we ran a hard 5K at 8 o'clock at night the night before, and then we woke up at 5 a.m. to ride. After the 5K, I was up till about 11:30 just chatting about it and what happened and our plans for the next time. And, I didn't get a lot of sleep. Dog woke me up. I probably was on 3 hours of sleep heading into the ride. So the combination of doing a late workout the night before and then not getting a lot of sleep, yeah, I think that's, that makes a lot of sense as to why I would be feeling lethargic and fatigued into Tuesday morning. Again, not an excuse. It's just, you're just analyzing, so that hey, look, if you want to expect to be at full force and full power and when you're getting up at 5 a.m. for a workout, maybe get more than 3 hours of sleep, go to bed early the night before, maybe don't race a 5K the night before. So in other words, it's okay to do those things, but just don't expect you to be performing at your top level performance that day, right? So you got to analyze those things like that, and you're not making excuses for yourself. You're just trying to say, all right, hey, if it's a race day, maybe I don't run a 5K the night before a race or something. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't do that. So is what it is. Just a little self-analysis there. And I think you should all do stuff like that. When you feel a little bit lethargic, you got to find out why. At least come up with some examples or some plausible scenarios as to what you may have done. Maybe something you ate. The sleep is a big one. Fatigue is another big one. But if you're not feeling right, try to analyze it and then try to make some changes so you know to set yourself up for success a little bit differently the next time. In this case, though, we're just following the plan. We're doing the next workout. It was good to get through it and get it done. I feel accomplished. We then rode another. I probably rode another 45 minutes after that on the Mike Romans ride. So all in all, about 2 hours of riding, a little bit shy of 2 hours of riding on Tuesday morning. And I feel good that I got that stuff done, even though it wasn't my peak performance level. It felt good that I was able to check the box, hang with it, not quit. I didn't have to turn the dial down or anything like that. I didn't have to hit the bias down so that I was doing less work. It just felt a little more fatiguing. And then today I was supposed to get up at 6 a.m. and run with Ron, and I didn't. Just didn't hear the alarm. I was up till about 11 o'clock last night, doing some of my continuing education stuff for USA Triathlon coaching certification. And, one of those days, I didn't get up. It happens. So what do? Do I sit here and sulk? Do I sit here and cry about it? No. I get through this podcast, and then I get my butt on the treadmill, and then I fix it and I do the workout. Also later today, I have to do a 1 hour bike ride. I am submitting next Wednesday night's USA Triathlon ride on Zwift, and I've got it all planned out. I just have to do a little proofreading and stuff like that. I got to try it out to make sure it makes sense, and I'll be testing it today at some point. So the plan today is finish the podcast, do my run, do my ride, and then we'll move on forward to next week, and we'll talk about that a little bit after this next little session here. So, all right. So what I did here is I'm going to give you a video clip of this was the chase. This was the actual YouTube live stream from Monday night. I'll give you a little of my own commentary. I know you got Mike Roman's commentary. But yeah, this is the view I had at about 2.5 miles into the race. Now, again, the way that this was set up was that I had a 7-minute head start on Ron. Ron had run a 22-minute 5K, I think the week before, maybe 2 weeks before. I ran a 29-minute the week before. So 7 minutes was a fair head start, and it turned out to be kind of right on the money, I think. My plan for this race, my strategy was to kind of go out around 6 to 6.5 miles an hour. I stuck with that originally, and I was just going to kind of hold on to mile 3, and then start adding a little bit of speed. And you can see now I'm up to 6.4, so I was on the higher end of that range that I just mentioned. And I got a lot left, guys. I had a lot left at this point. And I'm thinking my strategy is good, and I'm looking in the back. Now, if Ron is behind me, I should see him coming up. Now, my brain is telling me, one of the things when you're riding is that they have a little square that appears over people's heads or over, and you kind of, and it has their name and how many meters away they are. And I'm kind of expecting to see that. I'm not expecting to see Ron's silhouette necessarily right in the background, but I'm expecting to see his name pop up. And, you can see here in the background, 2.6 miles. So I got a half mile to go. No Ron. I mean, that's got to be, 100 yards, 200 yards back there. No Ron. By the way, I can see your comments. I can't read them. But I could see that you guys were talking a lot. I want to thank all you guys. We've never had so much participation in the chat room as we did on Monday night. But here I am, mile 2.6, and I'm still, you have to understand, like, my screen is about 10 feet away from me, maybe 6 feet away from me. And I'm starting to look for Ron in the background, right? And I know I have some more in the tank, and I'm like, all right, as soon as I see him, I'm going to hit that button. I'm going to hit up that speed, and there's just no way he's going to be able to catch me. That's the theory here. And again, look at this straightaway. This was perfect for me at this point because I'm looking in the back and I'm trying to see that Ron silhouette and that little square with his name come up, and I just don't see it. Now, if you close your eyes, like if you can't not close your eyes, if you really look hard, you could kind of see something moving in the background there. Again, I don't really see it. And I definitely didn't see it while I was running, but I think if you looked really hard there, you might have been able to see a little bit of a shadow in the background. And now I'm thinking, look, I got, almost a quarter mile to go. I don't see him. He's not there. This is a win for me. If anything, I'm wondering, all right, maybe I should have just slowed down I'm practically celebrating on the treadmill. I'm smiling. I was going to shout out, I got you, but I kind of was like, oh, maybe I should have just let him for the, the drama's sake. Maybe I should have let him show up on the screen. I'm thinking, and that's really what I'm thinking of right now. I'm like kind of upset now. He's only 30 seconds behind, 20 seconds behind. Geez. And now you can start to see him, right? You can see his like really in the distance. If you can kind of pick it up, and I couldn't see him yet. I think right there was the first time I got a glimpse of him, and I'm thinking, yeah, he's just too far back. There's just no way. 2.85 miles, and I'm thinking I got this in the bag. Now look at my speed, 6.8 miles an hour. So I'm raising the speed. You can actually look at the graph of my speed and see how at the end I jacked it up a little bit. Now here's the problem: is that I am not comfortable on a treadmill running above a certain speed. I will die. I haven't practiced it. I haven't been able to run that fast. So I was just shocked at how fast Ron is catching up here. And now here I got 0.2 miles. And I'm still thinking he looks far back, right? He still looks far back. And I mean, geez, I'm not too far. And look, 7.4 miles an hour. And I think I even raised it a little bit from here. I'm like, all right, I got to beat him. And now look at him. Ron right now is like a dog, a hungry dog going after a piece of meat. And I'm just trying to hold on for dear life. And look how fast he closes out. Now I'm at 7.7. And I can't run any faster on this treadmill without like fearing my life. I think I do get over 8. Yeah, I got over 8 here. And it's just, there's nothing I can do. Ron just passes me like I'm standing still. And the best part about this camera angle is you just get Ron's bearded mug coming right at me. And there's just no way I can catch him at this point. 8.3, 8.4. I can't run faster on this treadmill. Physically, I can't. I will die if I ran any faster. That would have been tragedy. So congratulations, Ron, man. What an effort by this guy. What an effort by this guy and even, I think he even jumped off the treadmill for about 20 seconds at one point. But what an effort to come from so far behind and just, I couldn't even imagine how much effort he gave that last quarter mile, seeing me in the distance. And, I wish we would have had that camera angle. There's the results. Now these results, 32 minutes 07, he beat me by 4 seconds. A little bit skewed because in the beginning, we didn't have the camera set up exactly right. We're kind of testing things out. We're technologically sort of deficient here, trying to do our best. I was actually a little bit discouraged with the choppiness of the video too, but it is what it is at this point. We'll work on that going forward. But the agreement that we had made was that I would run for the first minute. And if we couldn't get the camera angle right, I would stop and then try to adjust. So what we did was I stopped after a minute and I got off. We adjusted to that camera angle and then I got back on. It was about 1.5 minutes to a 2-minute delay, which is why we're up over 30 minutes here. Still, I know I can run faster than even if it was 2 minutes, a 30:07. I ran closer to a 29 the week before. I felt great on the treadmill. I just did not have that top line speed and a terrible, terrible strategy on my part. I should have never let him get so close, but, hey, it was exciting. It was fun. And I got to be honest, like this is one of those moments. And I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. When I talk about language, right? When I talk about the things that you say, right? I talked about, hey, how we call people crazy. Oh, you ran in the 10-degree weather. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, you ran a 100-mile race. Oh, you're crazy. You're insane. And how I want to get away from language like that, because I feel like I kind of, I resort to that myself. What I really mean to say is, hey man, you're tough. That whatever you just did is tough. That is incredible what you did. Running 100 miles, running in the 10-degree weather. Well, what Ron did today or on Monday night was super tough. Super hard to do, and amazing accomplishment to and he even jumped off the treadmill for 20 seconds and came back on, in the beginning there. And I don't know why, but, anyway, amazing job, Ron. It's just incredible. And I don't want it to look like I'm making excuses. I just, when I look at my race and I analyze it and I say, all right, well, how could I have done things differently? Yeah, I could have tried to go out a little bit harder in the beginning and attack that 29-minute pace and hold on at the end. That's probably would have been a better strategy. It might not have been as exciting to watch, that's for sure. So, but awesome job, Ron. We are going to be doing this again. Obviously, it was quite fun, quite enjoyable, especially for you guys who weren't sweating. But great participation on the channel, in the chat room. I think we had a lot of good comments after. It was one of our definitely our most watched live stream in the moment. We've had some other live streams that other people have watched and have kind of jumped up the numbers, a little bit higher than this one, but this has only been out for a couple of days so far. So we'll see. But in terms of participation and just overall fun, this was excellent. This was a good time. And we're going to be doing it again. I think the first Monday of every month. We're not sure of the format quite yet. All right. So it could be that we're going to just repeat the format and have Ron race somebody else. Or it could be that we're going to just open it up to a whole bunch of people and have you guys maybe submit some times, like your own sort of goal 5K pace. And then everyone will get a slot as to when we'll start the race, and then everyone will have to get a slot as to when you can start. And then we'll try to have sort of like a mass finish at the end and see who can chase who down. I think that would be a lot of fun too. Again, we have to work on our chops, our technology and in the background here to make sure that we're making it an efficient sort of race, enjoyable to watch, I guess. We want to make sure it's enjoyable for you guys. It was pretty good this time. It could be better. So we'll figure some things out and we'll get back to you guys on that end. Anyway, we're going to wrap up the podcast again. You can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/ordinary marathoner. Get your name added to the scroll at the end of this podcast. And remember, one other thing, I forgot to we're going to just look forward quickly to this week. Today, I got to finish my run from this morning. I got to do my USA Triathlon ride. Thursday, we're going to do our normal Thursday. So a 5 a.m. workout ride. I'm expecting to see Ron and Mike Romans. Well, Mike might not for other reasons, but, and Todd Seiden. I'm expecting to see you guys there. If any of you guys want an invite, if you're on Zwift and you want to meet us at our 5 a.m. rides, let me know. We'll also do a 6 a.m. ride with Romans. Romans will be there for that one. So I'm going to do those two rides, and then we're going to do our Thursday night trivia ride. I'm working on some Who Am I trivia, which is always a fun thing. The Who Am I rides are always a lot of fun. It's just so many hours of work to put it together in advance. So I have about 4 or 5 questions already. I'm working on some more. Hopefully we'll get that together and be able to do that trivia for you guys on Thursday night, 6:35 p.m. If you want an invite to that. That ride is just exploding. We had about 30 people last week and expecting a good showing this week as well. Friday, I kind of have it soft circled as a day off for me, but I think I'm going to try to get a run in on Friday. We'll play that one by ear. If I do a run, it'll just be kind of like a relaxing, comfortable pace, sort of 3 or 4 miles for me on Friday. And then hopefully we'll get another podcast together on Friday and we'll talk about the weekend ahead. And remember, every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it, guys. Have a good week.